Hi, my name is Lina. I have made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I'm going to tell you about the one I regret most. When I was a student, I met a handsome, smart guy named Jack. He was 1 year older than me and studied at the same university. We became friends rather quickly and spent plenty of time together. We went to the cinema, walked in the park, and even had picnics, but most of the time we spent in the laboratory. We both were the students of robotics faculty. Jack was a gifted young man. This probably explains why I fell in love with him, and after a few months we became a couple. He was fearless and liked experimenting. Jack dreamt of creating a leg prosthesis, which could help any person who had problems with legs to walk. I did my best to assist him and make his work easier because soon we were going to present his project to the board of our faculty. On the day of our presentation, we felt really anxious. If we were able to show the advantages of our prosthesis and prove its efficiency, we could get finance for its production. Jack was going to be the one to demonstrate the performance of the leg prosthesis. The presentation started. We explained to the board the idea of the prosthesis, and then Jack was going to demonstrate how it worked. He made a few steps, and everything was perfect. I felt so happy that his dream came true, but then something went wrong. He saw sparks and heard noise. I ran towards Jack, but someone stopped me. Suddenly, the prosthesis exploded, and Jack's legs were paralyzed forever. He spent the whole month in the hospital. I visited him every day and tried to support him, as I didn't know what would happen next. But Jack kept smiling. He smiled at me every day and said everything would be fine. He wanted to continue the work on his project, but I no longer wanted that. I was afraid the consequences would be a lot worse. Jack refused to listen to me. He was convinced that the risk was part of the game, and he wanted to take the risk. We started arguing. For a few months after he was discharged from the hospital, we were still together. I made attempts to dissuade him from working on the prosthesis, but he never listened to me, so I made a decision to leave him. It was a hard decision, but life went on. I found another job, then I started working as a university teacher. Over 5 years passed since that presentation, but I still couldn't forget Jack. My life was dull and boring. It seemed to me that I had lost all reasons to be happy. Once a professor from California was invited to give a lecture about the influence of modern technologies on our lives. I couldn't believe my eyes. This professor was Jack. I didn't know what to say to him and just said, "Hi." He smiled at me and replied, "Hi, Lina. It's been a long time. I'm really glad to see you." I was surprised about his reaction. He was accompanied by an assistant who helped him move in the wheelchair. The lecture was about to start, so we moved to the lecture hall. The presentation was incredible. Jack was inspiring, and people admired his ideas and thoughts. I was happy to understand he hadn't changed. But something happened at the end of the lecture that I couldn't have predicted. Jack pronounced my name and asked me to stand up. Then he said, "Lina, frankly speaking, it is you that I have come to this university for. When I learned that you teach here, I started negotiation with the university about this lecture. That presentation 5 years ago separated us. But I want you back. I want to achieve my goals with you. I can't live without you." I was confused. The audience was shocked. He suddenly stood up and moved towards me. Only at that moment, I noticed that he was wearing the prosthesis we had worked on. He approached me and kissed me. Now I understand that people are not perfect and can make mistakes, but we all should strive to deal with such mistakes and move forward, no matter what. What is your dream? Please leave your comments, click the like button, and subscribe to our channel. Don't miss the next story.